What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a beautiful day here in Findlay, Ohio, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed, getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the beer I'm going to try today is called Observationalist, and this is from Noble Creature Cask House, and these guys are out of Youngstown, Ohio. So, probably about 2 weeks ago, I went out to Youngstown for a conference, and while I was there, I hit a couple of different breweries. One was Penguin City. I think I did that review already, and this was one of the others. And it happened to be, we were eating at an Italian restaurant, and Anderson actually texted me and said, "You got to check out Noble Creature Cask House." And I thought to myself, if I can find it, I'll go there. And literally, as I'm walking the Italian restaurant, we walked directly by it. It was like the end of the block. So maybe it's a bit of serendipity. On the way out, me and a couple professors from another university stopped in there and checked out a few brews. Now, it was in one of those old, like, church kind of buildings. Oh, a lot of breweries nowadays are in old churches. I dig the aesthetic. I think it's cool looking. Maybe I went to Catholic school for too many years and it just resonates with me. But I always think they make cool breweries. And this place was visually appealing. The beers were solid as well. I think I got a flight and then I had a couple others and grabbed some to go. And this was one of the ones I got to go. And this is a Vienna style lager. So if you watch the program, you know Vienna style lagers are probably that or Mars are my absolute favorite styles, those two. So I was thrilled to be able to pick this up. Now, they have some cool artwork in there. So their logo, I'll throw it up in the corner somewhere. It looks like an animal's head, like a skull. And it says on the back here, Noble Creature, Wild Ales and Lagers, Youngstown, Ohio. An amber-colored European-inspired lager, notes of toasted bread complemented with a dry finish. So, sounds pretty solid. Sounds like what a Vienna lager should taste like. We got a date on the can here, 4/7/23. So today is I think it's about May 19th, something like that. Please forgive me. I'm a professor. Once the summer comes around, I don't care what the date is until maybe July 4th, and then I don't care until class starts again. So it's summer. But this says 4/7, so this has probably been around about 6 weeks or something. It hasn't been around that long. Independent craft beer, Ohio Craft Beer Association. The other thing's kind of neat. They have a little logo on here that says State Line Brewery Guild. It has the outline of Ohio and Pennsylvania. So if you're not familiar with Youngstown, which I wasn't really sure where it was, it's basically almost on the border with Pennsylvania. So I guess the breweries on the borders of either side have formed this State Line Brewers Guild. Pretty neat. I never heard of it before. All right, let's give this a shot. Stats, 5.5% ABV. Not too bad. IBUs, I didn't see that listed. Untappd, 3.77. Beer Advocate, 4.23. Now, I should note that there were very few check-ins on either. Untappd was 191, so very small sample size. Beer Advocate, 1. One check-in, and the dude gave it a 4.23, which seems like a weird-ass number to give a beer. I get a 4 or 4.25, 4.5, 4.23. I don't know. To each their own. All right. Can, pretty neat looking. Nothing kind of special. It's got like I don't know if it'll show up well in the photos, but it kind of has a neat design in this brown bit up here. Almost reminds me of when you go to an English pub or somewhere and you have those ornate copper ceiling things. They have all the little inlaid work on it. That's kind of what it looks like. Kind of neat. All right, let's hold this up to the light here. This is pretty clear. You can see through this. Fair amount of carbonation going on. Nice caramel color. Amber kind of caramel color here. If I use my Brew HQ chart, I don't know, maybe like a 19 or 20. Head, looked like I had about a finger's worth of, this is mostly white head here, but it looks like it dissipated quite quickly. So let's give it a sniff. Smells good. Nice kind of light roasty malt. I mean, that's kind of what I expect from a Vienna lager. Smells good. Let's give it a try. Cheers. I don't like giving them a thumbs up this early, so I have to go through the spiel first. I like this, though. Body, say medium bodied. As to the flavors, it's hitting on everything you should get in a Vienna lager. I think it said it tastes like toasted bread, and I would agree with that. Most of these lagers have like kind of a nice bready malt presence, and it is a bit toasted or roasted or whatever you want to call it, and I quite enjoy that. You also get a tiny, tiny bit of like a caramel sweetness. I think that works nicely with it. And a slight bit of bitterness too. It's basically everything that you would expect in a Vienna lager. You kind of get that kind of nice clean taste to it. Yeah, a little bit of like it's almost like a nutty thing as well. Um, like if you had some dark bread, toasted bread, and then maybe some nuts, and they kind of work together. Tiny bit of caramel sweetness. To me, this does exactly what it's supposed to do. Is this the sexiest beer in the world? Of course not. Does it have crazy ingredients and yuzu, lemons, and all kinds of weird stuff? No. And I think that's kind of why I enjoy Vienna Lager so much. Is it's a simple style, but it's good. So it brings a little bit of depth if you're more of a malt person like I am, as opposed to a hop person. But you still do get a little bit of bittering hops in there, so you know they're there. It's not a Coors Light or nothing like that, right? With flavorless, nothing, one trick pony. This does have some depth to it, but it's exactly what it should be. Few key elements coming together to do the beer really well. So for me, Observationalist from Noble Creature Cask House out in Youngstown, big thumbs up. And now, before I go further, I will say this. I hit, I think, the two places in Youngstown and really enjoyed them. I got to get back out there again. I'd never really thought about Youngstown. It's kind of an afterthought. But the conference was there, so went to it. And I thought, what the hell am I going to do in Youngstown? And I actually had a good time. I mean, I enjoyed it. Everybody I met was pretty cool. The restaurants we went to were good. The food was good. The hotel was cheap and nice. I know it's probably not a huge destination spot for people, but if you like good beers, you could do worse in Youngstown, Ohio. So, spiel over for the Youngstown Visitors Board there, right? Big thumbs up for the beer. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you had any beers from Noble Creature Cask House? It's a really cool little place, man. I'd like to know what else I should be on the lookout for. Now, full disclosure, I never see these on the shelf out here, so I'll probably have to travel back out to Youngstown to get them, but what the heck, it'd be worth it. Hey, till next time, cheers.